Hi, I'm Kila.
And I'm Ashley.
And we met on TikTok when our stories collided.
After we discussed our crazy, people wanted to tell us they're crazy.
So join us as we unpack a whole lot of crazy.
And we named this podcast after the one thing we definitely have in common, raising our mamas.
So welcome to Raising Barbara Jean and Wanda.
Warning, following episode is intended for mature audiences only. It contains graphic descriptions, adult dialogue, and strong language. Listener discretion is advised.
We talk about dramatic shit.
This episode of the Spread the Positive podcast is brought to you by the 1200 Club supporters. Huge shout out to our good friends, Mary Fugit with Gateway Title. For all of your real estate closing needs, be sure to hit up Mary over at Gateway Title. The team at Gateway is second to none, and we highly recommend them for all of your real estate transactions, refinancing needs, and anything of the sort. Please check them out. Huge thank you to Mary. As always, we love you. Casey Broach with KK Fitness Training. Casey is a personal trainer on the Faster Way app. She has actually gone through the Faster Way herself. This app has a crazy proven track record of helping people get to their fitness goals quicker with a healthier approach, and it's changing people's lives around the country and around the world. Casey is killing it in this area. She is passionate about helping people. She's done it herself, she believes in it, and she can walk you through this entire process. So be sure to check out at KK Fitness Training on Instagram, and you can reach out to her via email, kkfitnesstraining@gmail.com. Big shout out to you, Casey. Keep killing it. We appreciate your continued support of the 1200 Club here at Spread the Positive. Thank you so much. This episode is also brought to you by Philip Byard with Music City Hardscapes and Music City Pond Pros. Philip is a great example of all things STP, hardworking, impeccable reputation, and even better work in serving his customers. If you need any help in the hardscaping or pond maintenance world, please give my guy a shout. Be sure to check out Music City Pond Pros and MusicCityHardscapes.com for more information. Huge shout out to you, Philip. Thank you for your continued support. Last but not least, this episode is brought to you by Pete Adams and Travis Swan over at Adams and Swan. Adams and Swan is your local advertising and digital marketing company that uses a results-driven approach to small and medium business revenue growth. They develop a custom strategy that is specific to your business and create dynamic advertising and digital marketing campaigns that deliver new clients and customers. Check them out at adamsandswan.com. Big shout out to my guys, Pete and Travis. Thank you for the support, guys. Means so much. Can't wait to have you in. Y'all be sure to check them out. adamsandswan.com.
Hey, my name is Brian Nell. I'm a mortgage loan officer with Primis Mortgage. I want to tell you that I absolutely love being a member of the Spread the Positive Network. It's such a great mission and helps bring so much positivity to our community. It's truly be a pleasure to be a part of what they do. There are a lot of ways to navigate financing a home, and in markets like this, having the advice of a trusted local professional is key to making sure you get the right advice for your specific circumstances. Whether you're interested in the purchase of a new home, second home, or have a need for a refinance, I'd love to earn your trust. If I can help you nail your mortgage, call me at 615-243-3976 or visit nailyourmortgage.com.
Primis Mortgage is a subsidiary of Primis Bank, a member FDIC, equal housing opportunity. As always, all loans are subject to approval. Primis Mortgage, NMLS number 1894879.
Hey guys, welcome back.
Good morning,
Now we got to
San
be
Francisco.
serious.
Right.
Hi, Julia.
Hey,
Hi.
Julia.
I am so
Hi.
excited that you're here, and I wish Cassandra was here, and she had a miss
I know.
out tonight. Huh?
She sure did. That's too
I
bad for
know.
her,
We hope she feels better.
I guess.
I know I've been talking about you guys now for months. I don't even know when we did our first podcast that we've never released yet because we were waiting on Ashley.
Yeah.
I think it was last year.
It might have been last year. Was it
I
last
think-
year?
It's probably January.
It may have been. Yeah. I'm so
might-
sorry. We are going to release that one on my Lost and Found Sisters, though, because that's what we talk about there is DNA stuff.
DNA.
But anyway, so I found them on Dr. Phil.
Okay.
Or Brian found you guys on Dr. Phil. And so he's seen your episode, and my husband watches Dr. Phil every day. So
Oh.
he records him. And when I got home, he was like, look at these sisters here. And so when I watched it, I TikTok Julia, and here we
Is
go.
that what you reached out to me on that? You reached out to me and asked
Mhm.
if we wanted to do this. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was so excited to see
Another DNA story.
another good,
So,
happy DNA story.
Give a clip of what is going on.
All right, Julia, you want to break it down, or do you want me to break it down?
Break it down the first time.
The first time.
Okay.
Your first
the
find.
Like
the
the cliff
first
notes
time-
of what's happened.
Okay. Cliff Note version, Spark Notes, is Cassandra and I were working at a bar in New Haven, Connecticut, which is a college town. And this was in 2013. And then fast forward to now, well, 2021 rather, we end up being sisters.
And so y'all had no idea.
None. Our paperwork was wrong.
Yeah, so you just seen her walk by with a Dominican Republic tattoo on her arm.
Yeah, and I said, "Hey, are you from there?" And she was like, "Yeah, but I'm adopted." And I was like, "Oh, wait, me too, me too."
Now, did y'all become fast friends after that?
Oh yeah, we were best friends. We did everything together, and everyone said that we looked alike.
Just because y'all
Everybody.
had the Dominican and the adoption in common.
Yeah, and they said our eyes were the same because we have these like big, like bulging brown eyes.
Uh-huh.
So that everyone would say, "Oh, you guys look alike. You must be sisters." And we just ran with it. We were like, "Yeah, that's cool. Like we're sisters, duh."
And so who's the oldest?
Cassandra is by 17 months.
Okay. Okay, so, but y'all were both adopted out of the Dominican Republic
Yep.
as babies.
Yes, I was 3 months. She was like a month.
Okay.
So
And
we
so
were
how
super young.
far did y'all live away from each other?
20 minutes.
Okay.
So siblings, and then y'all work together and y'all are best friends, and then find out that you're sisters. That's
Isn't that
Yeah,
crazy?
we didn't know about each other at all.
that's
I
crazy.
didn't even know I had siblings.
And
Because-
you weren't looking for any sibling, but you always knew you were
No.
adopted, right?
Oh yeah, from the beginning.
Okay.
I knew, and so did Cassandra. She knew too.
And so, but she was interested in maybe finding out more.
Was it a
She
closed
was gonna go-
adoption?
Yeah. Yeah, and she was gonna go down until the end of time to find her biological family. Like she was, I'm doing this. This is what I'm doing. I will not stop until I do it. And I did not care.
And so she did a 23andMe.
Yeah, she did a 23andMe, connected with a cousin of ours that lives up here in Connecticut, and he got her into contact with our biological family. But just
Was he adopted too? The cousin?
no.
No.
He was raised here.
Okay.
So it was like, for her, like the greatest moment ever. And then she told me about it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, like good for you. Like I don't care, but like good for you."
Right.
She was like, "Isn't this great?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's great for you." Like, I don't
Are
know.
you an only child?
No, I have a younger sister.
Okay. Did y'all have good childhoods?
I did. She did not.
Okay. That's probably why she sought after like the
She wanted something else for herself.
yeah.
She
Now, is
she
your
was
younger
seeking
sister
it.
adopted too?
Yes, from a different part of the Dominican, though.
Okay. Yeah, I
The
never. I don't
adoptions
think I
were
noticed
crazy back then. There was so many babies in like 5 years.
From the Dominican to Connecticut.
Yep.
So
that. So when did y'all start kind of putting two and two together that y'all may be related or?
Well, way back when we actually had checked our adoption paperwork first because we were like, oh, like maybe. I mean, that would have been crazy if they actually matched up at that time, but
Was it the same company?
no, two different companies.
Oh, okay.
So there was no way we would have even crossed paths because everything was different. Even going to school, I went to private school, she went to public school, so we wouldn't have crossed anywhere. So the fact that we crossed at a bar is very strange.
mhm.
And so y'all's adoption paper didn't say.
Nope, the cities were different. Our parents' names were different. Like everything was different.
Would they just put some random
Yep, because I was adopted with another girl,
okay.
like on the same day, same time, same everything.
But
And
not
her
your sister.
paperwork, no, but her paperwork said that she should have been Cassandra's sister.
So y'all's paperwork got switched.
Sweet.
That's
Okay.
bizarre.
Yeah, it got switched.
So
It
you're
got
actually
switched.
that girl, or technically.
Yeah. And her
That's-
birthday's wrong and everything else is wrong.
Oh,
Like,
her
everything
birthday's
is-
wrong.
Yeah, she was actually born in February, but her paperwork says January.
Is your paperwork right now?
My birthday is right. That's about it.
That's crazy.
So, you said that there was a lot of kids adopted in Connecticut from the Dominican Republic. So, did they just have like a salesperson that came around and was like, "Hey, we've got a bunch of babies, and y'all have a lot of money"? So, like, what's
It's
up
like
with that?
black market, like the black
Yeah,
market.
it's like a tunnel.
Okay.
It's like the Underground
Like
Railroad.
you go into it and they're
Yeah.
like, "Hey, what do you do for your profession? Because I'm going to base the price off of what you do."
Right.
Because my parents paid way more for me than Cassandra's mom paid for her
Really?
Oh.
by like thousands.
So it was kind of a black market ring.
A scheme
Yeah.
thing.
It was buying and selling babies.
Oh, that's crazy. So
Yep.
how did okay, so let's not get ahead. So in 2018, that's when Cassie did the DNA test and
Yep.
met with the cousin. And then she went on to meet with your dad and
And all the
siblings.
siblings. Yep.
And they
And
still
then-
live there.
Yeah. Yep.
And
and
there's how
then-
many of them? 7?
7.
Okay. And then your mom had passed away.
Yep. At the age of 46, I believe, or 47, something like that, from a
What
heart
year
attack.
did she die? Do you know?
2015, which is the year.
Let's see, your mom
That-
died.
Mine too.
Whoa.
Yep.
Yeah.
2015, and it's kind of weird because we had like been friends from 2013 to 2015, and then she moved away in 2015.
Wow. Now, I was reading and I just read today your biological mom, her name was Julia as well.
Juliana.
Oh, Juliana. Did you get your name from?
No, because my paperwork was wrong.
Oh,
So your adopted
just
parents,
happened.
did they name you?
They named me Julia. Yeah.
So that just happened to be wow.
Kind of creepy.
yeah, that is.
Yeah.
Okay, so now talking to your dad, have y'all asked him if there was like a
Wait, so go back because Cassandra showed up and was like, "You're doing a DNA test, right?"
She sure did. She did.
In the
I was
snowstorm.
not out of that. Snowstorm, 8-hour drive.
She made you do a DNA test, and then 2 weeks later comes back, "You're her sister."
Yeah, and you know what's crazy is because I exited out of the app because I was
Yeah.
like, nah, they're like, there's no way this is happening.
Yeah.
And then so I kept pulling it up, and I was like, damn, this bitch is still here. Like, she's my sister. Like,
Okay,
this is
so-
so crazy.
Why was she so hell bent that you were her sister? Did the dad tell her, like, "Oh, we"?
So our dad said, because she asked him straight up, she was like, listen, I gotta know. Did you give up another baby for adoption? And he said, yes, I did. And then she said, is it a little boy or a little girl? He said, a little girl. She said, younger or older than me? He said, younger, but not by much. And so that's when she was like, oh,
Light bulb.
hell no. Yeah. She was like, it's got to be Julia. It has to be. So that's
That
when
is-
she
that is-
decided to come up here. She said, screw New Year's Eve. And she came up here.
Wow.
and she
Yeah.
because that's a long drive for her, wasn't it?
8 hours. Yeah.
Wow.
8 hours.
Yeah. And then so when you were doing the test, did you kind of have a feeling that it was going to come back?
Or you thought she was psycho?
So to be honest, I thought this girl's crazy. There ain't
Yeah.
no way it's coming back.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like, there's no way. There's no way.
Right.
But there was no way to know also because, like, my friend's paperwork, it's like, that's really weird too. Like, if she's not her sister, then who is? Like, is it me?
Mhm.
Like, could it really be me? Maybe. Like, I don't know. So it was a crazy time. It was a
Now,
crazy
were there
time.
other kids that got adopted the same day as you two, or
Just the one.
Oh, I don't know. I've actually never asked my parents that. Oh my God, that'd actually be really interesting to see if there were other kids that day. Hopefully their paperwork is right if they were.
right?
Have you ever tried to get your paperwork switched to like what's legit and what's not? I mean, I guess it really
No.
wouldn't matter, but
Doesn't matter now. The adoption agency is closed too, so that wouldn't.
well, yeah, because they were running like a Ponzi scheme on babies in the Dominican. Like what
And
the?
the lady claimed like, "Oh, I'm just trying to give babies a good home."
We should do a TikTok
Which-
if anybody worked at that agency. Does your mom know the name of it?
Yeah, we know the name of it.
Yeah, we should be like,
Thursday Child.
did anybody
And
work here
Lapa.
during this time?
I mean,
and
at least
Lapa.
they chose the like one of the richest states in the United States, and did bring them to like Hickman County and say like, "Hey, you got any food stamps?
They
We
weren't
got some
passing out
babies."
babies here in Tennessee.
No, they were trying to get rid of them here. So that's crazy. I'm gonna have to do some investigation on that.
You're gonna have to. It's crazy.
That's insane. I've never even heard of that.
I know.
So, because when I lived in the trailer park, this guy came around and sold satellite dishes, and for some reason, you got like a $400 check or something. I don't know. We didn't even have a home, but somehow we got a satellite dish and $400, and I thought that was like crazy. And here they are in Connecticut, like they got babies and shit, and I'm like, oh, I still don't know what we did with the satellite dish.
Like we have a couple family members in my family that gave their baby like to another family member. Just because
I just adopted two babies.
yeah, she did. She
Last
goes around
month.
adopted them.
I just adopted two toddlers that are my
Wow.
first cousin's kids.
Wow.
So, and my husband, when I met my husband, he doesn't have any biological children, and my tubes were tied. And, excuse my voice, it's been going out all week. And he was like, "Oh, I really want to have a kid." And I was like, "Oh, just stay with me long enough. Somebody in the family will fuck up and have to give their kids away." And lo and
And
behold,
here you are.
yeah,
Here
I mean,
you are.
I've already helped raise my nephew and then my first cousin until they were 18, and now I have the baby. So, yeah. So we're
Okay.
like the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
It's just we're in the United States.
So outside of you and Cassie working together and y'all's friends there, did y'all have any mutual friends that y'all knew?
No.
Okay. Yeah. So y'all ever asked the dad if there was a representative coming around trying to get them to sell babies or?
So our dad said that basically like they would give their baby away in the hopes that like they would see their child later on.
Like
there
it was
was
going to be
a-
open.
Yeah, and like the kid would like end up coming back, or there was like this one story of someone who was like promised that they would get their son back because the kid was sick. So it was like, "Oh, I'll bring your kid to the United States so they can get help," and then she never saw her child again.
So they thought they were signing over like temporary custody, but what they were doing was
Yeah.
signing over the parental rights.
Yep.
That's messed up.
Yeah, there's a lot of shady shit.
Now,
Yeah,
did your dad and mom, did they get any money for?
No. They were told that they were going to and didn't. Yeah.
Awful.
No.
Yep.
We about to take this shit down. You give me that woman's name.
She's
So-
in jail
She is for this.
fraud. I don't know if it was from this or some other shit, but yeah.
From baby
she's in-
fraud? That's karma.
fraud.
That's what that's called, karma.
Well,
Yeah.
hopefully she's in prison for the rest of her life because you're preying on people who, one, don't know any better, and for two, think that you're helping them.
Yep.
How
And
horrible!
it was, I can't even imagine how many kids it actually was.
Yeah. And how selfless for the parents to think that they're sending their kid away for a few years so they can get their stuff together,
Yeah.
and have them a better life. And like, oh, my kid's going to go to this camp away, and get education and stuff. And then, no, you just gave your child away. That's
Yeah.
horrendous.
Yep.
Well, but,
It's
and
terrible.
I read that Molly is y'all's cousin.
She is. And her sister, or her twin sister, Lucy, was adopted with another girl who they said was her twin and ain't even her twin.
Oh. So
Yes.
they separated the twins.
They separated the twins and then
Aw.
put another baby with one of the twins and called them twins.
That's crazy.
So, what's the name of this adoption agency or the lady?
So there's two different agencies. It's LAPA, Latin American Parents Association,
Okay.
and Thursday's Child.
Thursday's Child. And they're both fraudulent.
Apparently so.
Yeah. Okay.
is there a book about Thursday?
I mean, why is
Child?
there not a Netflix?
I don't know.
Okay. There's about to be.
For some reason, I've been going down a road of reading all these adoption books on Audible while listening to them, and there may be a book about Thursday's Child.
Really?
How is there
maybe.
not more
But I mean,
coverage on this?
I'll have to look and see because, yeah, I've been going like a loophole ever since she adopted kids, and I've been reading about. I'm not adopting any, but
There was only a little bit of coverage like on the actual like part of all of the corruption and stuff like that. They more focus on, oh, it's such a happy story that they're not really focused on like the back half.
So it's like the Diddy thing. Like they're like let's because there's
let's
probably
just
like
skip
some high up people that like bought some babies and they're like, shh, just
They're like,
don't.
just leave it alone.
Yeah, no, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
So a lot
so-
of lives were changed.
how did you feel when you went and met all of your family in the Dominican?
It was great. I mean, I couldn't have asked for a better like reunion with family. I mean, they were hospitable. They cooked, they cleaned, they made sure that you had all your stuff. They were so loving. I mean, they all did a huge birthday party for my niece. Like it was great. It was absolutely great.
Okay, so now there's 9 of you guys. Now, how many
10.
nieces and nephews? Well, there's 10 now because there was a
Another piece.
yes. Yeah. So Ashley and we hadn't even really talked about that part.
Say that again.
They found another. Okay, you tell it,
So
Julia, because
there was this boy named Thomas, and him and Cassandra grew up together, and somebody who was involved with their adoptions had said that they were brother and sister. But then when Cassandra asked our dad just a few years ago if he gave up a boy, he said, I didn't give up a boy. So Cassandra was like, well, then he's not my brother, so whatever, and like just moved along with it. And then she had Thomas take a DNA test this year, and it turns out that he is our brother, and he's number 10. Right.
So how many? So only 3 of y'all were adopted out.
Yeah.
And then the
Yeah.
other ones your parents raised.
Yep.
Okay.
how many girls versus how many boys?
Oh my God, how many girls? Let's see. Cassandra, me, Jolena, Maribel, and 5.
So there's 5 and 5.
There's 5 and 5.
Oh, that's a good even number. So what was Thomas's take on everything?
Honestly, he can't believe it. He thinks it's crazy, and I'm like, it is. But he's also happy that he has siblings that he can actually talk to, and there's not a language barrier.
Yes.
So he's excited.
So does Thomas have other siblings that he grew up with?
He grew up with a sister.
Okay.
And Thomas kind of grew up like me, where he was like, yeah, I don't really care about finding out. Like, it's not really something that I want to do. And then, of course, Cassandra was like, no, you're doing it.
Spit.
Making
You
everybody-
spit in this vial right now.
Yeah, spitting this right now.
So the kids that y'all probably already asked this, but I was Googling stuff. The kids that your parents raised, are they older than y'all? Or
Only one is older than Cassandra and I.
okay.
So
and the rest of them are younger.
Yeah, Willie, then Cassandra, then me, then Jolena, then Thomas, and then the rest are younger.
So
And y'all all have the same mom and dad.
Yep.
That's
mom didn't tell dad about Thomas.
That's what we think. We think that she may have not known because they had split up for a little while.
Okay.
So we think that she may have not known that who the dad was.
But you know that
So-
it was your dad because y'all's DNA, right?
Because the DNA, the DNA shows it. So
Right. But she didn't know.
she didn't know.
Right. Probably. Yeah.
Yeah. And she put him under a fake name. So she didn't even use her real name. So on his paperwork, it's not even her name.
Was it the same company though, or no? Because she used 2 different ones with you and Cassandra.
Yeah, it was a different one. I don't even know who Thomas did his through. Probably the same as Cassandra, but
They probably go under different names to keep it,
keep it kind of hush.
Yeah. Yeah. They probably, because I just looked it up and it says LAPA is not an adoption agency. So, yeah, right there in bold letters.
Yeah,
So they probably named it all kinds of different things just to scheme people out of.
probably.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, do you know how many kids are roundabout? Because you said they stopped allowing the adoptions in like 1993.
Yeah.
From the,
1993. It was like from 1987 to like 1993.
and you don't know how many kids were adopted
And just from the Dominican,
I have
you
no
couldn't.
idea.
to Connecticut, right?
Just Dominican to Connecticut, not even any other state, but to Connecticut specifically.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Which
bet there
is-
was a lot if
I
they.
bet there was too.
Because I
Yeah.
grew up with a bunch of kids
Yeah.
who were adopted from the Dominican.
That's what I was
and
gonna
that
say.
was just like me and my family. It wasn't even like I knew everybody, but that was like still 5 or 6 other kids that just
Wow.
I knew. So let
I
alone.
wonder if they've taken DNA tests.
Yeah, I don't know. I know some of them are like, should I do it? They're like skeptical. They've asked us, and I'm like, you know what? I don't even know what to tell you because
Right.
I don't want some crazy shit to come back, and then you be like, you told me to do it. No, I'm not telling you to do it.
Are
or
y'all
not.
close? Like you're not taking on any more siblings?
No, no more.
That's what
No
I
more.
say. We're no more applications closed. We're not.
Yeah, no more.
We want no more. No more.
No.
Are you still in touch with people that you were raised around that you know were adopted from the Dominican?
Some of them, yes, and they've asked about doing the DNA test, and I'm like, listen, be prepared for anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because Joe Blow that sat beside you in school could be your brother.
Yeah, someone you dated could be like
Yeah.
your sister. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah, that's probably
Yeah.
why they quit allowing the adoptions. They were afraid y'all were going to start.
Yeah.
You know, the
Multiplying.
funniest thing is because back in the day, Cassandra had really short hair. She had like a pixie cut, and
Uh-huh.
I actually had longer hair. And they used to think that she was lesbian. And it's funny because everyone will comment on it, like all the trolls, and be like, "Oh, good thing they didn't date." Like, okay.
I mean, I did date my cousin one time, but I went home. He was in 6th grade. Listen, 6th grade, he was the hottest boy in 6th grade. I was so proud. Went home, told my mom. She was like, "That's your cousin." And I was like, "No, it ain't." And she was like, "Your grandmother's maiden name is the same as his last name." And I was like, "Fuck." So I had to go back to school and say, "We have to break up because we're cousins." So yeah, small town.
I
so.
mean, it's crazy. Like when I found my siblings and then I found out that my uncle, my biological dad's brother, lived up here in Nashville, and his kids went to school up here. And then I was like, oh hell, because I mean, one of the cousins was cute. I would have really dated him. I mean, he is very handsome. And then, but his daughter went to Siegel High School, and my son, I was like, oh hell, who is she and what does she look like? Because I mean, hopefully my kid didn't date her.
Yeah.
But I think we're all good. But I mean, you do worry about that though. I mean, I did.
No, you do. I
was like,
was
hell.
when they said that, I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I'm like, "Thank God."
Yeah, because it just changed. Ashley actually found a sister too on a DNA test.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I did a DNA because I knew I was a mutt. I mean, obviously, I just really wanted to know what like my background was, and it came back. It said, I want to say it said like half sibling or first cousin. So I just assumed like, and her name was like it's her first name on the DNA thing, and it said her account was managed by somebody else. I just assumed that.
Did
meant,
you do 23andMe?
No, I did Ancestry.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be like all into the Ancestry. I wanted to be like, okay, because my husband's like literally, his lineage is like kings and emperors. And mine are literally like cart pushers. I'm not shitting you. He's literally linked back to like a freaking king. He is. Mine are, there's like arrest records and then where they sold fruit on the street. I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. He also has a cousin that's an
How do you
astronaut.
find out? Like, how do you go back that far?
Oh, girl. Well, I don't
Ancestry
because,
is different.
yeah.
Ancestry, you can go back until like
Oh, yeah.
1800s. Like
Yeah.
you can go way
Back. Yeah. You can go to like BC because some people have done that much
Is
research.
it like that genome link that we were going to do?
Probably. But my people, no offense to any of them, but obviously they're dumb as hell and don't give a damn about their lineage because it pretty much stops after my grandfather. And Hagen's goes back to emperors and shit. And, you know, they were Vikings and we just toted their luggage from town to town.
But you can take your raw DNA and upload it to other sites.
I've had enough disappointment in my life that I'm good. I don't need any more. But
You're like me. I would have been more surprised if I'd have found somebody rich and famous. going,
yes.
"What the hell?"
So the girl, I went to Facebook and looked up that name I didn't find anything, and then it said her account was managed by someone. So I was like, maybe she's dead. Like, I don't know. I just assumed it said first cousin or half sibling. I was like, probably one of my uncle's kids or aunts or, whatever. I come from a long line of losers. So, we got shit everywhere. And so it was probably like 6 months. And I think I got back on there and I thought, well, I'm just going to reach out to whoever's like managing this account. Mm-hmm. And I just said, hey, I'm not sure like who this is or whatever. And, because I found an aunt on there. And so this is weird, which not weird, but we're in Middle Tennessee, and then Memphis is in West Tennessee, like at the very edge, right? So there's a small town called Collierville, which is tiny. Well, my grandfather lived in Collierville. Nobody's ever even heard of it because it's tiny. And so when I got on, it said I had an aunt. I was like, that's funny. So I went to Facebook and put her name in, and this picture popped up, and it said she lived in Hohenwald, which is the neighboring town for me. And I'm like, but it said she was from Collierville, and I'm like, what the hell? Like that's
not possible,
right? That's way coincidental. So I reached out to her, and I was like, hey, it says that we're cousins or whatever, and she was like, I was like, do you know who your dad is? Because I know that my grandfather is her dad. And she's like, no, my mom and dad are still together. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, I wasn't trying to screw up no more families because you don't want to get in this mess. So I was just like, okay, good luck. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye. Well, my other aunt got drunk one night and she messaged her and she said, no, you're my sister. Your dad that you think's your dad's not your dad. Your dad is my dad, blah, 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 whatever. So this lady texts me and she's like, Ashley, why is your aunt texting me? And I'm like, oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, you really would, like, she did get vodka drunk and like, so found the aunt and I thought, well, I'm going to get on there and see what it said about her and then I found the sister and then I messaged the lady. The lady said, no, when you pay for Ancestry and like the other person doesn't pay for Ancestry, you can manage their account. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's what it was. And she was like, oh, her name's not that on Facebook. It's this. So I check it and I'm like, bitch, we could have been twins. Like, I sent it to my sister. And I'm like, do you think we look alike? And she's like, she looks more like you than I look like you. And we're full blooded. And so I called my dad and I was like, I thought the lady that was managing her account was her mom. And so I called and I'm like, do you know this woman? And he's like, no, I've never heard of her. And I was like, well, maybe it's your brother or something. And then the girl texts me back and she's like, my mom's name is whatever. So I called my dad and I'm like, do you know whatever her name was? And he was like, yeah. He was like, we dated for a couple weeks. I'm like, well, guess what, buddy? You got a kid with her. She's 30. She's 18 months younger than me. And he was like, what? He said, she said that was her husband. I was like, wait, you knew about this kid? And he was like, yeah, but she said it was her husband. I was like, Dad, you never, because I also have, oh God. Never mind. We'll talk about that later. Anyways.
No, you have to tell us what you
I can't.
have. They
listen. I can't. I don't want to break hearts. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. So, yeah. So I met her and I'm like, she's precious. And then my cousin actually babysat her. Didn't know. Anyways. And so it's like a whole big, I think we just all just jump in a pool and we're all related or something. But yeah, I found a sister too. So, and she's precious. She really is. All of Dad's kids are precious except for the 3 that he had with Mom. I'm not shitting you.
So how many are there total?
So Beth, I'm really sorry because I know you're going to hear this and I'm really sorry.
Oh.
Okay, so the cousin that babysat her is actually my sister too.
Oh, shit.
So my dad actually was with a lady, got her pregnant. She left him. She came back. Got with his brother. My uncle raised her as his. My mom, and I guess the family knows. I'm so sorry for airing this out. I love them so much. I'm so sorry. My mom, everybody knew, but the kids didn't know. And of course, my mom told us everything. So Jessica spilled the beans when she was 10. She told our cousin, "You're actually my sister." She was like, no, I'm not, whatever.
Does this lady have kids or do they all know they're your sister?
Oh,
yet?
yeah.
Or are they just going to,
well,
her kids are going to be like, what?
No. So at my wedding in 2013, my sister gets drunk. It always comes to alcohol. We have to spill the shit in front of her mom and her sister. My sister says, you know, you're my sister, right? And she's like, oh, whatever. Ha ha ha. Cause she doesn't live here. And I'm like, shh, Jessica, shut the hell up. So anyways, they laughed about it, whatever. she goes back home. She did text me and she goes, whether I'm your sister, I'm your cousin or whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's so weird because she and I are like really crafty and we're like, and my brother and sister are not. And like, so anyway, she just came in like last month and we got to spend time with her.
Was
and
that the pictures of the sweet little aunt that you were
yes,
talking about?
Yes. That girl in there is actually my sister. She's not
remember.
she's not my cousin. She has red hair. She's the only person in my family that has red hair, except for my daughter has red hair.
I was going to say Aniston has red hair.
And she looks like my sister, Jessica. But yeah, we don't talk about it, but yeah. So
how many of you then?
6.
Okay.
And so that sister actually babysat the little sister, had no idea.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, didn't know that was her sister because it's like Bordeaux's like a small community in Nashville. So everybody knows everybody, you know, that's my dad met the mom at a Crystal's parking lot. So, you know what I mean? Like, and they had a 3-week fling. She got pregnant, whatever. So yeah, my older sister had no idea that she was actually babysitting her little sister all this time. She just thought it was a neighbor's, you know, friend of a friend. Yeah.
These DNA tests are scandalous.
Mm-hmm.
Trent,
You know what? And people never thought it would be a thing, I bet.
I know. Trent, has that ever happened to you? We're going to get Trent a DNA test.
Yeah.
He's probably your brother.
He probably is.
I
We
can't
fight like
hear.
he's my brother.
Yeah, y'all probably are. She said the applications are closed, so you're not going to be a part of
Yeah.
their family.
Well,
Yeah, you're
Dina.
excluded.
Yeah.
Dina.
So that's kind of how I found Kila, because of her
Yes.
TikTok went viral. So I liked it, you know, followed. Then I was at home one night on TikTok, and somebody, like 3 people messaged me and was like, do you know the Lost and Found sisters? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, why? And they were like, they're talking about you on live. And I was like, what? So I fangirled and went over, and they were fangirling, and we were just fangirling together. So yeah.
She was my favorite. They were my favorite account at that time.
Yeah.
Or they still are my favorite account.
Yeah.
Not really, but I mean at that time. Yeah.
Right.
I don't even TikTok anymore.
I don't either.
That's so, I mean,
No.
I get tired of getting on it.
Yeah. It's all TikTok shop now.
But
And
listen,
promote.
they've had like
Yeah.
people, they're in People magazine.
I know. I read it.
They're on all of the
I read it.
newsworthy.
Yes, I read it. I read that one. I watched the interview with the one show.
Access Hollywood. No. What?
We
was
were
the
on
top-
Access. We
You
were
were
on
on
Cameron
Access?
Hall. We were on CBS Mornings, the Today Show,
Yeah, I saw you
CNN.
on the.
Yeah.
Good Morning
top-
America.
Yeah, I saw all that. On the way up here, my voice is going out, and that's why we didn't record on Tuesday. My husband called. He's like, "So what are y'all doing tonight?" And I was like, "Hey, I can't talk because my voice is going out. I gotta save it." And he goes, "Well, what do y'all got on the books?" I was like, "Well, we're interviewing this sister," and he was like, "Holy shit!" And I was like, "Yeah." So I'm trying to save my voice, so I gotta let you go. Bye.
I know. I love it because there's not a lot of happy stories out there.
Right.
No, there's not. And
so,
people think that, oh, my story can end this way. And I'm like, oh, let's not get our hopes up.
Uh-huh.
No, but some people are just closed. They don't want their stories to end that way. Like, I don't understand the whole,
What do you mean they don't want their?
you know, like if they find somebody and they're like, nope, you know, you're not my
They have a wall up.
my dad would never do that, or my mom would never do that. And I'm
Yeah.
like, whatever. And so
Right.
there's a lot of sad stories about
Yeah.
people being denied or rejected, and
But
then
you
the
have to-
person who finds out, it changes your whole being of yourself, and so
Yeah.
your
But
whole identity. And then
not
you're
everybody's
reaching-
raised like us, where we're willing to accept anything because we're, you know, we don't know from day to day what's happening, you know, like tornado could come tear the trailer up and so a lot of people, they're not raised like
from the
that.
time I did it, like I just knew that it was going to come back. That because I was like, oh, what did my mama do? Like I knew something.
Yeah.
She did something. I wasn't surprised. And then, but thank gosh, all my siblings were open to meeting and.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And-
because a lot of times they're like, no, I don't want to.
Yep.
You know, parents will be like, no, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm. So are you still in contact with your dad and your siblings?
I talk to my dad like almost every day.
Um,
The siblings is different for me. I don't know why. It's just, I'm kind of keeping that distance with them.
Is there a
Cassandra will talk
language
to them all the
barrier?
time. I mean, there is and there isn't. I mean, you know, there's always translate and stuff like that, but it's just, I'm kind of stepping into it gradually. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like already been like 3 years, but still, it's a lot. It's a
Well,
lot
and
at
you
one
weren't
time.
really that open to it. Like you weren't searching for
No.
that. That just kind of
Yeah,
come upon you. So that makes sense that you're not like jumping feet, you know, head first into
Well,
it.
and you
Yeah,
had a
and-
normal childhood.
Right. So,
Yeah, exactly. And a big extended family. So I wasn't missing it.
yeah.
The family
Yeah.
aspect of it. I wasn't.
And
My
that's
mom's
okay.
Italian family's the same. You know,
Right.
they're just as big. So,
Yeah.
I bet y'all
but
have,
Cassandra's
I bet y'all have good food. I've always wanted to belong to an Italian family so I could have
Yeah.
Sunday dinner.
really good food.
Hush. I'll be Ashley and I'll have to take a trip.
Where are you at?
I'll come to you guys and I'll cook a Sunday meal for you guys.
Listen, I will hold you to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm serious.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Well,
so
we might
um,
let Trent
Nashville.
come.
where
I'll
where are you
redeems
at? I mean,
himself.
you don't have to tell me you're like
Connecticut.
you're in Connecticut.
Connecticut. Yeah.
Where's your sister at?
Virginia Beach.
Okay, I actually went up there on vacation one time, so I've actually been there. I ain't never been nowhere, but I've been there.
Yeah, because you were going to come to Nashville 4th of July and then,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
plans
shit hit
change.
the fan.
yeah.
But I'm still gonna come down because from New Haven, like I can go direct to Nashville. So
Have you been to Nashville before?
Yeah, I love it. I get
Yeah.
so stupidly drunk in Nashville
Yeah.
for whatever reason.
Yeah.
No, everybody
It
loves
may be the
Nashville.
9,000 honky tonks that's in a row.
On
Yeah.
Broadway, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And I hardly ever go down there.
No. God, no.
There's so many people.
I like to go during the day, like when the old people are out.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you can walk into the bar and like sit down and there's like, you know, you're not getting it. It makes me nervous. I don't like all that anyways.
Well, sometimes at night it gets like elbow to,
And I can't stand it
Oh
because,
yeah, you can't move.
yeah.
I say elbow to butthole, but I'm 4'11", so I'm down on the butthole level
So
and
you
I
Yeah.
don't
are
like it.
butthole level.
Yeah, I'm like
Wait,
throwing elbows
4'11"?
trying to.
Yeah, she's little.
4'11".
I call her a persistent little shit. That's how she got y'all. She's persistent. She gonna get shit done. She gonna keep on till they just wear them out, and they're like, "Yes, Kila, we surrender."
4'11".
Yeah, she's little.
I am 4'11". Not
Yeah,
sad.
I'm 5'11", so I'm really tall.
You really a whole foot taller than you are. Not
No.
5'11".
No, I'm just kidding. I'm 5'3".
I was like, what? No, you're not.
She almost believed you.
I did.
I know.
I did.
She's cute. I told you.
I've had a rough month, y'all.
She really has. Bless her
Been
soul.
a crazy month. Yeah, so we'll have to plan a visit, especially for Italian food. Listen,
Yeah, I'll
Mhm.
cook you a whole 6-course Sunday dinner.
Oh my God.
I
Get
don't
ready
even-
to eat.
Never even had a 4-course meal.
Right,
What
exactly.
comes in a 6-course meal?
No,
Just-
6. Listen, because you have to do things like in a certain form, right? So you
So you don't
your
have ADHD, huh?
antipastas. Oh no.
Yeah, because I don't have good time management skills. I don't know how to do stuff. So
All right, so tell me what comes first?
water.
Okay, so
I'm just
you wine.
Yeah.
Wine first.
That's
And
Jesus'
then you
water.
get like your antipastas. So it's like your olives, your peppers, like your
Mm.
meats and your cold cuts, your cheeses, that kind of stuff. And that you go on for like, I don't
That's
know,
what we
like
call a
couple
charcuterie
hours.
board.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or is bologna a part of that?
No.
Okay.
I
Not
may-
hot dogs.
I may have put bologna on a charcuterie board before. Don't judge.
Hey,
That- I'm judging for that.
That's a redneck charcuterie board.
My
You make
husband-
yours and I'll make mine. And we'll compare.
Put it together.
my husband just got this monthly subscription. It's called Appy Hour, and we got it yesterday. And it's like cheeses, and I'm like, "Are we rich? Like, is this your way of telling me that like we have a lot of money?" And look, my hands, I didn't have gloves on, and I did a color yesterday, and they were stained like brown, and I'm like eating this cheese, and he's like, "This pairs well with that." And Nancy goes, "What does that mean?" I was like, "It means it goes well with it." She's just like shoving the stuff. I'm like, no, you have to put it together. But yeah, so apparently we may have money. I don't know. I
Okay,
mean,
so what comes after the, what'd you call it?
charcuterie board.
Yeah.
Antipasta.
I was going to say
Antipasto.
antipesto, but that's not, okay. Oh,
That's like first, and that's like for like a couple hours. Like that's
Oh,
your
okay.
Oh, wait.
appetizer, basically.
Okay.
Yeah, you sip wine and you know, pick at it, right?
Well, we shouldn't
And
get
then-
full. We shouldn't just gorge.
No.
Okay, because I like
You should
to do
just
that.
kind of.
Yeah,
If
just
you
nibble.
can handle all the food, but see, the thing is like with Italians, like you have to eat every course. Like you can't skip.
Yeah. Oh,
Like,
you
you
have no
have
problem
to
with
eat the
that.
food. You have to
It's-
eat all the
it's-
food.
We like to eat.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
perfect
so what
then.
comes after the antipasta?
Yep. So then you have your salad. So that could be a garden salad or a Caesar salad or both, whatever kind of salad you prefer. But it's going to be a salad, and it's just Italian dressing. You don't get too crazy with the dressings.
Right.
My husband be like,
Don't-
I need ranch.
Cheese, bacon bits, croutons.
Yeah, none of that.
He
And
would
then
have
you
your
just have-
antipasta in his salad.
Right. Crumbling it up. Yeah.
That's what my husband would do. You just have to ignore him because he just makes a casserole out of most
Smorgasbord.
things.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would
Okay,
be
so
fine. He can
salad.
do that if he wants.
Yeah.
So then your salad, and then you have just pasta. So nothing else but just the pasta, and then you have your chicken cutlet like afterwards, not together. It's like one and then the next. And then
How come?
after all that,
That's- hmm.
you have to separate them. I don't know.
See,
It crowds the plate.
yeah, my daughter eats one thing at a time, but I don't. I like to mix my stuff together. Or like, you know what I mean? Like I like to,
You can
Huh.
have your food touching,
yeah.
so that's fine then.
Yeah. Yeah. As a
Don't
kid,
pile
no.
everything on.
Now I'm like an old person. I like, we'll mix it together and like, oh, it's so good.
So what's the difference between a chicken cutlet and a chicken breast?
The
So
cutlets,
are
like,
small, or they're like
thinner.
thin. The
they're
breast
real
is
thin.
big.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
You don't
they're
watch
breaded and
Amanda?
stuff like that.
I do some, but I mean, I'm thinking Jersey Shore. She's
Oh, yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty similar. It's
Yeah.
pretty similar to that.
I
It's
mean,
pretty
we will
similar.
be like the redneck version of Jersey Shore
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make
between
we'll
you
make
and
it
us. I
redneck.
mean, yeah, they'll be
be
calling for a
funny.
reality show.
Cumberland Banks, what we're going to
They
be.
will. They will. We should film it. We should vlog it.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we will for
We
sure.
can vlog it, and then everyone will be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yes.
Bougie meets redneck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
What happens when you find somebody in the richest city in the world that comes to the poorest,
Right.
trashiest city?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that'd be.
you have to teach us stuff. We could teach you about beans and cornbread, though, and fried potatoes.
Okay.
Do you know about it? You ever had
No.
it?
So, is there something after the chicken cutlet?
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Then you have to go into your desserts and your espresso. So you have your biscottis, you have your yodels, you have your chocolate cake, you have like whatever tiramisu, you'll have limoncello.
You don't just
You'll
have
have
one
the-
of those; you have them all.
You have the whole spread. So you can have like a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
I mean, I might would move back to Connecticut with her.
Hell yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah, me too. How many bedrooms
is-
you got?
This is every Sunday.
Yeah.
I bet
God.
Connecticut also sells a lot of Ozempic.
Probably. Probably.
So your
Probably
adoptive
because we
parents
can
are
eat.
Italian?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. My mom is like super, super, super Italian. Like they put Italian dressing on their eggs.
Oh, is that good?
It's actually good because you know Italian dressing is like herbs and oil.
Right.
Yeah.
And some vinegar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to
just-
try that.
Yeah. I love Italian dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Try it.
I like a
You can
house
even
Italian
do it
normally.
on your. You can do it on your chicken too. Try it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And then bake it.
Yeah.
That's yummy.
Like the
Yeah.
closest we get to what you said is Olive Garden.
hmm
Oh no.
No, Demesis or whatever that's called.
Yeah, we got Demis's too, but
No, you guys. You know that Connecticut is the pizza capital. Like we have the best pizza in the country.
oh no.
So can we
Yeah,
come stay with you for
Google
like a
it.
weekend?
Are y'all
You can
part of
definitely
that
come up here.
the Appalachian Mountains?
The Appalachian Trail.
Trent's shaking his head. We don't know how to say it. Well, some people say Appalachian.
He said, "Well, how do you
Appalachian.
That's what he says.
Appalachian.
Yeah.
But you're probably
Appalachian.
smarter than all of us.
Right.
I'm gonna go by what you say. I told you it was Appalachian. You didn't believe me.
Appalachian Trail.
No,
But yes, that goes from Georgia to Maine.
I know.
Well,
He
you don't
lived
know.
in the mountains. He says.
You pronounce
Hey.
it the redneck hillbilly way.
Well, probably. See, they don't call it Appalachian State. I can tell you that much.
Oh,
Appalachian?
Appalachian.
Yep.
That doesn't even sound right.
I know. What you say doesn't sound right. I'll exit the combo.
Don't be rude to our guest.
Bye, Trent.
He's like, what is it? What is that? Like you're
That
old.
really is it's a regional thing because
Yeah.
I feel so strongly about it and you feel so strongly about
Like
it.
you know which area you're
Yeah.
from by how you
I mean,
pronounce it.
Yeah.
Carolinas and Georgia, it's don't say Appalachian. And you're like, don't say
That's 'cause
Appalachian. Because we're
That's
up
because
here.
we're in the Northeast.
Yeah.
The Northeast is different. We're
Those
ridiculous.
brains are probably frozen.
Y'all are
They
all
probably,
your own.
they probably are. We need to defrost.
Hey,
Oh, my
no
word.
disrespect.
Listen, so you're back in Connecticut from California.
Yep.
Which do you like better?
So it depends on the time of year. If you were talking summer, I'll take California all day long. But for the fall and like the springs and stuff, Connecticut. I hate winter, so forget that. But the fall, I'm so excited for.
So you lived in California before, like you just moved back?
Yeah, I was supposed to get married like last week.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that.
No, I was so sad. I still
So
got
I was
the
gonna be your plus
invitation.
one at
The
y'all's.
Yeah,
I didn't even-
invitation.
still got
You
it.
were gonna be +2.
Yeah. Y'all didn't even know me. I was just gonna show up, be like a wedding crasher.
That
I
would have
just
been
wanted the
fine.
6-course.
It was gonna be like 200 people. It's better though.
Sorry.
It's better this way.
Yes. Yes.
It's
Are you
better this
okay?
way.
Do you need to talk
Yeah.
afterwards? I can give
What
you my
doesn't
phone
kill
number.
you makes you stronger. There's somebody
Yes.
out there better waiting on you.
Exactly. Maybe
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
for
East
sure.
Coast this time.
I'll keep
'Cause you
my
know what?
eye. I'll keep my eye open here in Tennessee.
Yes, and let me tell you something. People on the West Coast think that people from the East Coast are so rude.
What?
Like the way that we talk, like they think
I thought
that
they were
we are
rude.
No, they're actually like, why are you talking like that? And I'm like, talking like what? And they're like, with all that attitude.
Oh,
I'm like,
that's
"What
y'all.
attitude?"
Yeah. They not talking about us.
No,
They talking
like
about the northern states.
the Northeast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like New England.
Yeah, y'all
They're
are
like-
uppity. Y'all are. When I found out y'all was Connecticut, I was like, oh shit, I didn't even bring my ball gown or nothing. I don't even know what fork to use. Yeah. And then when I was confused on the adoption thing, I'm like, wait, isn't that like one of the richest states in the country? Yeah, they talking about y'all, girl. They ain't talking about us. We real friendly
When
down
she
here.
was talking about all
'Cause we
that
dumb as
food,
hell.
Not
I kept
me.
thinking, do you just use one fork? Because
No.
Oh,
mm-hmm.
so can you
You
give
have
us
to
an
start
etiquette
from-
class?
You have to start from the out and work in.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then your dessert and your coffee spoons to the
I was going to say, but when we go on cruises, some of them are up there. They get mad at us because they'll come around and fix the forks and spoons 100 times.
They will. If it's wrong, they'll correct it.
And I'm like, can you just take them? I only need one fork. Give me 2 forks and a knife, and I'm good.
Yeah. We're really friendly down here. Too friendly. So I
Too
got
friendly.
huh?
Too friendly.
Yeah, because I got a note on my car
She did get a note
last week or whatever. I never got one before. I thought it was like the most awesome thing. And then a girl texted me. She's like, "Oh my God, do you know that you could have been sold into sex trafficking?" I was like, "Bitch, I would have jumped in the van with them." Okay, first of all, I wouldn't even fought. Second of all, I'm overweight. I highly doubt I'm going to be in sex trafficking. Maybe I'm washing their clothes or some shit. But and she was like, "Do you know they put fentanyl?" And I was like, I was like, it was fine. I was fine. I touched it. Whatever.
It would have been fine.
Yeah, I was fine. She was like, you could have been
And
so.
listen, it was about her smoking. Like this person thought her cigarette
Smoking was sexy.
it was sexy.
He thought my
a sexy
cigarette.
cigarette smell, and I'm
Hey,
like,
I can read the direct quote. It's for the books.
oh, you still have
He still has it.
I've been taking notes on it. Yeah. I enjoyed the smell of your cigarette. ... Hope you have a perfect night! ! You're incredibly sexy! ! Smiley face.
Whoa.
I mean, I look like a trucker out there. Because
Whoa.
they were talking, so I just was like on the curb. I mean, he probably thought I was a prostitute there for a minute, except for I had keys to the car in front of me. But I thought they were just talking, so I was just going to listen to my audiobook, smoke my cigarette because Kila's ass was late, and I was going to give her hell. Didn't know that people just dropped dead in front of her. Oh, gosh. That's a story for another day. Does she know about it?
I told her a little bit. I told her about Christy.
Dear God.
And some of my friends' dad passed away.
Oh.
we were podcasting that night. And I just left the hospital.
She pulled up.
and
I thought she was at a Botox party, and she hasn't been texting us. And we were like texting back and forth, calling her bitches and brats and all that. And she finally pulls up, and I'd already had a Long Island because it took her so long. And, you know, obviously I was outside like a trucker smoking a cigarette. And she pulls up, and I was like, "You got blood all over your face?" And she was like, "No, just been to the hospital. So-and-so just passed away." I was like, "Oh, dear God, I'm so sorry." I was like, "Kila, you can cancel." She's like, "You've already drove an hour." I'm like, "And I think people dropping dead is more important than my hour drive." I mean, I got to eat by myself and
For the first time ever?
I
That
never
blows my
ate by
mind.
myself before until then.
That blows my
In
mind.
public?
Yeah.
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah. So I'm normally a really
that-
big talker.
Yeah.
So
So did you talk to yourself?
no, because normally when I go with my husband, like to eat, like he doesn't talk. So I just look around the room and hope somebody makes eye contact. And I'm like, "Hey, how are you?" And then, you know, starts a conversation, right? And then I ask them, "How's their life? How was your childhood? You know, how's your mom and them?" And so I thought like I was going to get in there and do that. And I sat at the bar, which was also like really adult of me. And I looked around one time and the bartender was like, "You good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good." And then I looked again. He's like, "You good?" I was like, "Okay, so note, do not make eye contact with the bartender because he thinks you want something." So then I was like, "Well, fuck, this is awkward." So I just put my earbuds in and listened to my audiobook. So I was kind of dorky. It's okay though.
Audio
because
book at the bar?
yeah, it was dorky of me, but that was my first time.
It was a restaurant bar. It's not like a bar.
Yeah, it was a restaurant
Oh,
bar.
okay, so it wasn't
Yeah,
like a dive
my
bar.
second time, I know the ropes a little bit more, so I know
It was Chewy's. Do y'all have Chewy's there?
Mexican, like Tex-Mex.
No?
No.
Yeah, so it was my first time, and then he brought the bill, and I was like, "Okay, apparently I'm not staying for more drinks because, you know." So I paid and left, and went and smoked my cigarette sexily on the curb by myself, waiting on Kila's
Hey,
ass. So
did you have a perfect night?
it was a pretty good night. It really was. Well, no, Kila really put a damper on it with people dying and shit.
That was her. That was definitely her fault.
Yes, I was like, "Kila, gosh, no."
I mean,
JK.
mine I patted Amber on it too.
I know. You
And
should-
I didn't get Botox. I had a double gamer.
I was like, "Kila, some things warrant us canceling. It's okay." I have toddlers at home, so I enjoy my hour drive up here. If you would have said we couldn't record, okay, bye. I would have drove my hour back.
Sometimes she just comes up here so we can go eat.
Literally.
We'll get here and she's
Just
like,
to
let's
go
just go
out.
eat.
Because we don't have shit to talk about,
not?
so don't say that on the air because they're going to know now. I say that we're up here doing marketing stuff.
We do a lot of marketing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot.
We do talk about big dreams and stuff, though. We don't actually put anything into action. but
We talk about what we're going to do the next week. It really, and I
Or
mean,
one
as you
day.
can see why, because our producer don't give two shits. He don't keep us on track.
He's over there playing golf on
Now
his
we're
phone, I
way
guarantee
off
you.
track.
He's on
We are
Facebook.
way off.
Yeah.
Yes. We can't.
He don't market our podcast. I mean, we have to do it all ourselves.
And you see how well
And
we're...
I've been busy. I mean, I've been running a funeral parlor or
Right.
parlor or
She's like a
end
hospice.
of life counseling service.
And I'm raising toddlers, so that's my excuse.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah. So you're doing well. It was really nice
doing-
meeting you.
Have you
doing
been
well.
dating after the breakup?
I haven't, not yet.
How long has
Like
it been?
I'm dabbling a little bit, but like it's been a while now. But I'm like so scared because I'm like, oh, again, like I really don't care what your favorite color is.
Yeah,
like-
see, that's where the West Coast is talking about the East Coast being rude. It's that's the stuff.
Like
Gotta
people
play
are
the
like,
game.
oh, what do you do for work? And I'm like,
Oh yeah, and it's like, oh, you have siblings.
Here we
Yeah.
go
Yeah,
again.
Yeah.
like,
Be
oh,
like,
are
just
you close with your
well, you could
parents?
be like, look, just Google me.
Right.
I
You should
do
have a
that now.
card with a
That's
QR
what I lead
code.
with.
Just get you a card with a QR code. It's got all the links. Just pass it out. Say, call me in 3 days once you're caught up, and then we can go on a date. And that's it.
I've led with that. I'm like, yeah, like this is who I am. So if you Google me, this is what's going to come up. So if you want to know anything about me, just go online.
No, but we need to start running background checks on everybody that you date.
No, we really do because that wasn't fair.
Oh wait, the last one was not. Would not have passed a background check, possibly.
No.
Yeah.
What's
and
your
I told
TikTok
her-
handle so I can go ahead and follow it?
My TikTok handle is Peace Be the Journey 250. Or is it 250 or is it 1? Peace Be the Journey 1.
Okay.
Well, this was so much fun. We'll have to do it when Cassie can tell her story too.
Yeah,
Yes.
because she's a trip. Wait till you meet her. We're very different. You're gonna be
I
like,
know, and
whoa.
I would love to get your brother on here. Y'all should all
We
three
can
come
get
on.
him on. We can do that.
And he is so cute.
Thomas, yeah, he's a handsome man.
He is a handsome boy.
Yep, he sure is. He got really good genes.
Y'all all got good genes. Y'all are all cute.
He's 6'3",
Y'all all's
like
cute.
200 and something pounds. Like he's a good looking
Now,
man.
does he live in Connecticut still, or?
He's in Texas,
Oh, okay. What part of Texas?
Austin.
Oh, nice. I've never been to
Yeah.
Texas. I've been to Lee for a cruise, but I've never been to like walk around and like enjoy it. I'd like to go.
We can get him on here. He thinks that he's famous now because we're his sisters.
Isn't that funny?
We just spoke with People Magazine like the other day because they're doing another story.
That is so cool.
So they wanted Thomas's input, and I'm like, we need to teach him some etiquette because he
Well,
was
you
on
can
a
tell
TV
people
and
to
he was
call us,
vaping.
and Ashley and I'll, give a good interview on your behalf.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
they would love.
I don't know
that.
if you want us being your character witness, but we're
You
for
tell-
it.
Be like, when I go to Tennessee and meet these girls,
Yeah.
we gonna have a bougie
Just
redneck
tell them
show.
like they're crazy as hell. Yeah. It's
I'm
fine.
gonna record it and send clips.
Yes, do it.
Oh, Lord.
You really need to be doing some investigating on this. Because
Yeah,
you could be getting like a Netflix special for
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of this. How the hell have I never heard of this? That's,
And it probably is so common.
I bet you it is.
they have to be like higher up people that participated for it not to have been a huge scandal that the world knew about.
That's
You know what I
I'm
mean?
saying. And I think these DNA tests are uncovering a lot.
Uh-huh.
Now, the lady that's in prison,
Yeah,
You know her name?
was she still from Connecticut?
Elsie. She was actually in the Dominican.
Okay, so she was the Dominican.
She was the lawyer in the Dominican.
And what'd you
Oh,
say her
she
name
was?
was?
A lawyer?
Elsie Gonzalez.
So she was just like a baby stealer.
Yeah, she was terrible. And there was another lady named Victoria. I don't know her last name, but I can ask my sister.
My
That's
gosh,
crazy.
This is insane.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
she's in prison in Dominican.
as far as we know, yeah.
Or yeah, like she's not from the United States, so she's
No.
okay. That's insane.
Yeah.
But that
Yep.
good for you for like having a good childhood. Like that's awesome.
Oh yeah. I got a great education. I went to college, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't have any complaints.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But when you hear Cassandra, she's going to be like, no, fuck my parents and fuck my mother and fuck this and fuck that.
I was going to ask, is her and her mom getting along better?
They don't talk at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
So they haven't been talking at all
Nope.
since the last time we recorded.
Yep. They have not said 2 words to each other. Her mom reached out to me and Cassandra was like, just block her. I have nothing to say to her.
Oh, I hate
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. That's tough.
Yeah, it is tough. But I mean, you got to set your boundaries.
Yep. And she
Gotta
did for
set
the
your-
final time because
Right.
it's been back and forth, since she was a kid. So
Yeah. Yeah, and that's rough when you have to go through that too.
yep.
And I wonder if they had a connection, like a
The adopted mom
mhm,
and the baby.
yeah,
Like they didn't
I don't
bond.
think so.
like
I
if
don't
there
think
was
so.
What about her dad? Did she have one with her dad?
No. She's always kind of felt like she was the outcast.
Yeah.
Like she didn't belong.
Yeah.
Mm,
That's sad.
that is sad.
I hate that. All right. Well, we'll have to get you ladies back on here with Mr. Thomas and do this again and catch up. And
Yes. And then we'll have to find time to come down there.
Yeah.
yes, anytime. I mean, I told you we have a room. You're welcome anytime. And if
Okay.
Cassandra wants to come with you, she's more than welcome.
She'll come too. She wouldn't miss out. She gets jealous.
Just FOMO. I know. And then
Yeah,
y'all
she
can meet my
does.
sisters.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, we have to give a shout out to Dixie because it's her 50th birthday today.
Happy birthday, Dixie.
I know.
Happy
I know.
birthday.
Yep, she's the big 50. And so I'm excited to celebrate her next time I see her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
But all right, well, we will call this a day, and then this will be out Thursday for sure, and it may be two parts.
Yeah.
Probably will be 2 parts, huh, Trent?
Do you want us to delete the part about the X?
Oh yeah, you can
Okay.
delete that out.
Got it.
Cut it out, Trent. Did you hear that? Can you hear us over there? Or are you just in your what are you on your phone doing?
I'm listening.
We're kicking his ass after this.
I am. Yeah. And so yeah, when y'all come, if y'all come, or when you come, we could do it in person.
Yeah, that would be perfect. 'Cause
Yes.
she'll talk your ear off.
Yeah, maybe
You're
trying
gonna
to clean up
definitely
the
need
studio.
a drink.
Oh,
Trent,
God.
make sure the wires are like,
Hey, the wires are clean now.
Untangled.
Yeah, they clean.
Hey, I've been putting that off for months, and it was necessary. Sorry you had to wait. I do feel
that's
bad.
okay.
It's
No, that's
because
okay.
he took the tablecloth off the table.
Yeah, everything is a mess tonight. Hey,
Yeah.
can't win them all, you know.
You got to get the cleaning lady
That's
back.
okay.
All right. Well, we will call this a day, and nice talking to you. And we
Nice meeting you.
We text randomly.
Nice meeting
so,
you too.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry.
we will text.
Yeah,
What about me?
we're friends.
You can
about
we can
me?
you can be included.
Okay.
You're
We'll have a
invited
group
to the
chat.
group
She already
chat.
has a bunch of friends.
You're
This
invited
is the
to the group
socialite
chat.
of Murfreesboro. I got 2
She's
friends.
You can be
I'm just
invited.
kidding.
I'll be your friend.
Thank you.
Aw,
Thank
that's
you.
love.
Yes. All right. Well, good seeing you, and I can't wait till this episode comes out because I've been talking about it forever.
Yes, I'm excited
Yes.
too.
And
me
then,
too.
do you want to tell everybody where to follow you at, or
On
just want
TikTok?
to look you up in People and Access Hollywood and the
My
Today
TikTok?
Show and
Dr.
Google
Phil.
me.
Yeah.
Google me.
Google me, bitch.
Yeah.
Julia Tinetti.
Yeah.
Google me.
That's
yes, and so
fire.
we'll tag you in it, and so we'll put some clips out.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Good
Thank you for
seeing
being patient.
Yes, thank
Oh,
you
of
so
course.
much for being patient. Trent owes you dinner when you're here.
I do.
Yeah,
At Chewy's.
Come to Chewy's. I
I'll
got
remember that.
you. Chicky
Yes.
chicky boom booms on me. All right. Bye bye.
All right. Bye.
All right, bye.
Thank you for staying around for all of our crazy,
Be sure to like, follow, and share with everyone you know.
even them whores you don't like.
And leave us a 5-star review.
We'll see you next time.
Bye, bitches.